happy people. Tracy Reed here today with day 7 of December Daily, a day late and a dollar short because we had a surprise visit yesterday from my husband's aunt, and that will be documented on tomorrow's December Daily. But today we are documenting my middle son's choir concert, his last Christmas choir concert since he is a senior in high school. And I had a lot of photos and this program to document, so I thought it would be perfect for this page that I created in my No Stress December Daily videos using the Cocoa Daisy Let It Snow collection. And so I just tucked the program into that pocket that I had made on that page initially. And it's a perfect place for it because, it sticks out, or it sticks out enough that you can see it, but it doesn't involve itself in the design of the page, which is always good since I have so many photos. I thought that this flap would be a perfect place to put this tall photo of my kid. Oh, it fit perfectly. There wasn't much else going on in that photo, so I like the long and tall crop of it. Then I'm going to mat this family photo on this journaling card because I like the way that it framed this photo. And then I have two photos of the actual performance itself. One is zoomed in and one is showing the whole chapel of the, that he performed in. So I wanted to have both because you could see him better in the close-up photo, of course, and then you could see the whole setting. This is a different church than they have performed in the last 2 years, so I wanted to have a full view of how pretty it was. And so I ended up with two different performance photos. Now I wanted to use these adorable penguins because they look like they are caroling to me. They look like carolers, and I thought that that was perfect for a photo or a event where my kid is singing. But I had a little bit of a struggle making them work. I really wanted them to all be together, but when I put them down on this page, they didn't quite look right. It just all kind of looked off balance. So I went with in a different direction, and I decided to add in a title down here instead. I was initially going to use that top 3x4 card as my title 3x4 card, or even the outside of the flap that that photo was on. But I had such a weird awkward space here that I decided instead to put the title down here. And I'm using an old Cocoa Daisy letter stamp from an old kit, and of course Catherine Pooler inks. And then I'm just going to combine the red ink with the blue and green winter because there's lots of red and blue and green on this page, and so I wanted to make sure that all of the colors were covered. And then I'm going to put the penguins on the outside, or at least two of the penguins on the outside, kind of like I had it in the initial foundation page. And then I'm also going to put the number on the outside. I still had some of the circles that I had cut out and stars that I had cut out from one of the other foundation pages, so I decided to put my number stamped on there. Again, an old Cocoa Daisy number stamp. And then I wanted to use up some of these washi patterned strips, and so I'm going to put two of them under Winter Concert, and that's going to kind of ground the title there that's just kind of floating in space. Actually, I put three of them. And I liked the layered look that that gave the page with the colors, especially because the only papers that I had left that would work on this page were red and pink. So because there was a lot of red and pink already on this page, I wanted to make sure to bring in some of the greens and blues so that the flower clusters made sense, and some of the word bits that I pulled were green as well. I'm also going to put in another one of those patterned strips underneath this word bit so that it doesn't look like it's floating in space. And actually that black half circle is just the half circle from that pocket right there on the other side of the page. So I like the way that that created some symmetry on this flap. Alright, so I didn't like that. I thought maybe we needed to notch it like a banner because the picture perfect is notched like a banner, so I'm going to do that. Then I'll put it back down. I wanted them to look layered too instead of stacked on top of each other. Perfect. Now I'm just going to cut off that excess. Alright, so this side is getting close to done. I like the way that it looks, and that little rose on the on the program, that's the word I was looking for, the program fits in that half circle really well and brings in some of the color too. I printed out my journaling on this Warm Wishes card from the Modern Memory Keeping Kit, and I'm just going to put a snowflake on here just to bring in that motif. So this isn't obviously a snow themed page because it's a concert themed page, but because it's in the middle of winter and because their carolers look nice and warm and cozy, I thought that bringing in the snowflakes throughout would be a good motif rather than a reflection of what the page is about. Winter, you can add snowflakes even if it's not snowing, I think. So I'm going to use some of these patterned stars that I still have left over on this photo just to cover up some of the blank space and frame the photo out. There was a lot of space on the top of the photo that I wanted to cover up, so I'm going to add in another one at the top. And I think I'm going to do white just because that card is so dark and the photo itself is pretty dark as well. Then I'm going to add in some enamel dots just for some circles and some like sprinkles on this photo. I felt like we needed more. Sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes less is more, but most of the time for me, more is more. Decided that they both needed to be pink rather than a pink one and a green one. And then I wanted to add some more to this one too because I had that awkward space where the journaling ended and the sentiment began. So I added 3 dots on that one, blue. And then this last card needed to be done, and I'm going to put the rest of the caroling penguins on this one. I didn't want to cover up his teacher, although he is awkwardly placed in the photo itself. I don't want to cover him up, so they're going to go on the risers instead and cover up that weird view of the stage. I didn't know which one I wanted to cover up. For some reason, the hot cocoa wasn't making much sense to me. I don't know why. As a caroler, why would he be carrying hot cocoa, even though that's silly? Of course he'd be carrying hot cocoa around. I think it was just because it was hot cocoa in this performance. It didn't make sense to me, so I covered it up a little bit, but that was just me being weird. Friends and family. I thought that that was appropriate for a class that he's been in for 3 years. And then I put down these snowflakes, and I didn't actually really love the way that it looked, so I decided instead to layer the floral over the snowflakes, and then that looked a little bit better to me, and it brought in some of the florals from the other side of the page that I thought we needed. And this is just about done. I think I'm going to add in just some flowers at the top of the page, and then I will tie everything back up with the ribbon that it came with, and then when I finish my page for the next story, I will sandwich the ribbon between this page and the next page so it will be nice and secure. But first, put down the floral. These are puffy stickers, so we've got a lot of texture going on here. We've got chipboard and puffy stickers and enamel dots. All right, this is good. We're just going to add some more enamel dots to the front and call it good. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. There is a link in the description box below to the blog post for this page if you'd like to see the credits and still images. And I will see you next time. All right, thank you.